Welcome everyone. This is Mike from ZozoStockWatch.com, and I just wanted to go over some alerts that we did in the Omnovia room at ZozoStockWatch.com. We have an Omnovia room with screen sharing, microphone capabilities. All the alerts are posted in the room prior to them triggering. So let's go ahead and get into it. Was not a stellar opening for me this morning. First one we called was a CNET over $4.80, and that was at 9:38. And then I'll also show you we traded it there over 480, and then we tried it again over 485. So I'll show you both of those trades. So here's a CNET. First one was over $4.80. As you can see, it was running up in the pre-market. This is a 2-minute chart you're looking at. So I thought if it got over 480, we might get a nice continuation move, but that didn't happen. And so we got out for a small loss right here. We got in at around 481 right here. All right, so right there, all right, where it ticks up. Okay, and then it came back at us, so we got back out. Then I recalled this again, CNET over $4.85. All right, so here's CNET at 9:45 over $4.85, and all these calls are also called on the microphone. So right here where you see this arrow right here, it gets over 485. So 486 was the entry, and the stock goes up to, not a super gainer, but the stock goes up to 508. All right, so folks were selling. We teach folks to sell on the way up. So one small loss, then got back on it on that break of 485, and then the stock moves up nicely on CNET. All right, so that was our first couple of trades of the morning. Then we moved on to, I called RGSE, but that never triggered, so we canceled that. That's the CNET call over 485. That went. Then the next one up was NVAX. And, I like to look back at my trades, and I think this was a little bit of a chase on my part. So that's probably why it didn't work. But I saw NVAX was getting over this 225 spot here, and I thought that if it could get over $2.30, we might get a continuation move in NVAX. So the stock triggers here at 231. And it goes up to a big whopping 232. Now, we're all taught in my room that if we don't get what we want, we stay defensive and we get right back out of the trade. So I lost about 4 cents on this trade. So back out NVAX minus 4 cents. So, up for the day slightly, not having a stellar day so far with the calls, right? CNET we talked about, then I recalled after NVAX, recalled this one, so we get, a decent gain in CNET. There's the NVAX, we got stopped. Then we tried ROKU. All right, so here was ROKU. All right, and you have to kind of go through the good with the bad, and I hope this is showing you something. So we got in ROKU right here over $46.15, and it popped, right? Popped up to about $46.30. Well, here's the thing about ROKU. It's a little bit spready, so you can't play it with big shares. I only traded this with about, 400 shares, all right, not too big, and was hoping to get like a nice move here, sometimes you can get like a 50 cent to $1 move in ROKU, and I thought if it got back over that 46.15 that we would get a nice continuation move. Unfortunately, when I called it, we went up to $46.30, right? And then it came right back out at me, so I lost about a dime on this one. Now, if you look later on, it does pop higher, but then it kind of gave out for the rest of the afternoon. But I thought we were going to get a follow-up kind of move that we had here. I called it here, and we just didn't get the pop, so it took about a dime loss on ROKU on about, it was 400 shares on ROKU, so no big loss, and you always have to play ROKU kind of small. Next one up was AMD. All right, AMD, and as you can see, right, the day is going not so great, right? We're not getting that follow through that I wanted, but I thought AMD, it was sort of getting this volume here, all right, on AMD. Then it kind of based out. Then it got some volume here, some buying. And I thought as it got closer to this 13, we might get the breakout of 13. So here's AMD. I called it over 12.97. It triggers, never got over $13, comes back at me. So I take a flat on AMD. All right, so that was the next trade on AMD. So flat on AMD. Like I said, we canceled RGSE, never triggered. AUY was a swing trade that we called today that did very nicely. Then I was watching Mayo, which never triggered today, so no trade in Mayo. Eno, we called over 502, moved up a little bit, not big move there. And so now, I'm having a wishy-washy morning, right? So now in the room, I put in at 10:55 a.m. And this is what I love about trading and the markets. All right. So at 10:55, I type in and call over the microphone HMNY over 857, stop break of $8.48. So let's see, that's about 9 cents risk on that trade. All right. So there's HMNY. We call it over the microphone, called and put into the room at 10:55 a.m. So let's go to the chart of HMNY. So let's see, that was at 10:55. We put that in. Now HMNY is very sneaky. You have to keep it alive, keep it on watch. And then finally at around 11:20, it triggers. All right. So finally at around 11:20, this stock triggers here on HMNY, and it gets over that 10:55 and never looks back and gives us a really nice trade on HMNY. Day trading is never easy, okay? It's never going to be easy. You have to be in control of your emotions, and you have to control your, your losses, okay? So as you can see, it wasn't a great morning, had a winner, flat. One stock went against me about a dime on ROKU, about, small shares though, but still was not having a stellar morning, and then was watching HMNY, called it over the mic, put it in the room, and then something like this comes along. Now, I did not get it all the way up to 10.10. We were selling some up in here, held some here, and then probably I sold the last of mine at around $9.30, I believe it was. So this was HMNY. So, nice trade there. And, wish I would have gotten all of it, but, it's a lot harder than you think to hold HMNY. I'll bring over the room again. Then I called AMD over 1302, but it never triggered. All right, AMD over 1302 never triggered. And then we got into the afternoon, kind of not afternoon, but lunchtime trading. All right. And I don't really like trading during the lunchtime hours, but since we were a little bit, we had that HMNY trade, and I was feeling good about the market again. So we kept a watch on XNET. All right, so XNET over 1527, and that gave us a good trade. Grow triggered, but then pulled back on us a couple of pennies. But this XNET gave us a very nice trade. XNET. All right, so XNET was around lunchtime, right in here. It got over 1527. So right in this spot right here on XNET, popped all the way up to 1550, and we got a nice piece of change out of XNET. And then let's see, we had a short on Mylan today. All right, MYL. So we shorted Mylan. We got some money out of that. We went long Macy's, and we got a nice trade on that. So let's see. Here's the call on Macy's. All right, so Macy's called it over 27.30. This was a swing trade, so I still have some of this position in Macy's, letter M, but it popped up to 27.48, so took some off there. And then we had Mylan as a short at 47.15. This went down to I believe it was 46.85. So I peeled some off there for Mylan. So that was kind of our day today, and so not an awesome, wonderful, fantastic morning, but then stuck with it, and we got some nice trades later on in the day, and also that HMNY came through very nicely for us on that name. All right, so not a bad day after all. Here's the HMNY chart again. We got in here and popped up and then popped again, and then I sold the last of it over here at around $9.30 or so on HMNY. So good day overall at ZozoStockWatch.com. Thanks for listening. Come check us out, ZozoStockWatch.com.